I'm pretty sure you've seen this web design trend already, fixed footers. In this quick tutorial video, I'm showing how you can set them up for your Framer sites inside of layout templates without any coding. Make sure to watch the full video because there are some common mistakes that I'm going to cover. So without any further ado, let me introduce myself. My name is Nandi. This is Framer University and let's get started. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you've already seen a bunch of these sites with fixed footers, for example, Off-Grid Design website. As you can see, we scroll down the site and at the end, the footer is it's not moving, it's just getting revealed. Such a cool effect, isn't it? So the way we create this in Framer today, because we actually created it a while ago, but now it's a little different. So what we need to do right now is we have to have a footer, of course. And I'm going to just wrap this footer in a layout template because, layout templates got introduced into Framer. So now we have to put our navigation and footer into layout templates. So we have to put this footer into layout template. How do we do that? We just drop it onto the desktop breakpoint and right click. And somewhere here, there is a little button, create layout template. And we're going to do this, create. Cool. So here, what we need to do is we have to set the z-index here to 1. It's already 1, pretty cool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the position of this footer to fixed. So let's set it to fixed. Perfect. We're not going to pin it to the top, we're going to pin it to the bottom. And then we're going to set the height to a viewport-based height, which is going to be, let's say, 50, or we can set something larger, but here, since we don't have much more content here in this footer, I think it makes more sense to have something a little bit smaller, maybe even 40 or something like that. So what this means is that our footer will always be 40% of the given viewport height. So this is going to be a dynamic height. So, and as you can see, now if I come here to the preview and start resizing the height of the website, this little footer is also nicely adapting because it has a dynamic 40% viewport height option here. So this is exactly what we need here. Now we can go back to the home page. We can make sure that this desktop has the layout template that we've just defined. So as you can see on the right, it has it applied. Pretty cool. And at this stage, we can start adding some content within our website. So usually the way we're structuring site is that we are drawing a frame, we're putting it here. It is the main container on the page. So it has fill width. And let's just say it has 1000 pixel height for now. And you can already see that this is not really cool. So I can even put a section within. So let me put the section within the main. You can see that the footer is above our content, which is not really cool. So what we have to do in order to prevent this is we have to set the main container to z-index 2. As you remember, footer is the index 1. If you set this to z-index 2, it's going to be nicely over. So the main is a stack, so on the right it's going to turn into a stack, distribute start, gap 0, and then the color is also removed, and then the sections will actually have fill color. And now I can set the main to fit height, and I can just put a few sections here, so I'm just duplicating this. So let's say we have 3 sections on our site, and let's go into preview with Command P, and let's see what happens if we scroll down. Well, nothing really, because yeah, it's just, our footer is just completely hidden because of these little sections here. As you remember, we positioned them over the footer. So what do you think? What do we have to do in order to reveal that footer? Well, we have to create an additional spacer section. So I'm gonna draw a frame here, press Command and X on my keyboard, then select the main container within the desktop, press Command and V. Then I'm going to set width to fill. The fill color will be removed. It's going to be transparent. And then the height, let's just set it to 1000 pixels for now. And I'm going to call this spacer. So now, if I scroll down, as you can see here, I still see nothing. But if I scroll down here, we are nicely revealing the footer. However, as you can see, we can, as the footer is fully revealed at this point, we can still scroll further, which is weird. Like, why do we scroll further? We could stop at this point. So what we have to make sure is that our spacer has the same height as our footer. And since it has a dynamic VH based height, it's really easy to replicate. So we can go into the layout template, check it again. It's 40 VH. So we have to set the same 40 VH height on the spacer section here. So 40 VH for the height. And that's basically it. Now if I start scrolling, and I see reveal that fixed footer. However, you're gonna notice a little problem here. We cannot really interact with the footer because we have a main container above it, as you remember. We have a spacer section here that is, transparent, but still it is above it, and it's just blocking us from interacting with this footer. So the links are not clickable. We cannot really do anything. So the fix for this is really simple. All we do is we set the main container on the website to pointer events none. Now you're gonna see that on here I can set it styles and pointer events none. So now the main container has this pointer events none style. So none of the sections within the main container is interactive, and so the footer below gets interactive because now we can interact with this layer which is below the main container. However, again, not really a cool solution because you can see I cannot select these text layers. So I'm clicking, I cannot select text layers. So if I had more content on these sections, I couldn't interact with them. And also, maybe I can show that, but I'm not sure. So you can see that if I hover over here, for example, I don't know if the screen recorder is recording my cursor properly, but I'm actually seeing my pointer cursor, which means that if I click here, something will happen. The reason for this is because I'm actually hovering over the footer and I can interact with it because, again, the whole thing, the whole main container is just not interactive. So we have to fix this because what we need is all sections within should be interactive, and only the last spacer section should be pointer events none, so we can click through it and interact with the footer. So on top of the pointer events none style set on the main container, we're gonna set pointer events auto on the sections that we want to interact with. So I'm gonna select 3 sections because the fourth one is the actual spacer. And on these 3 sections that I want to interact with, I'm going to add pointer events. I'm going to set them to auto. So now if I preview again, I can interact with this. However, here, I can interact with the footer. Pretty cool, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's it. That's how simple it is. It wasn't complicated, I know, but you have to really get the structure right. And these pointer events and everything, and make sure that when you're adding new sections, you're actually setting these pointer events auto on them, because if this is not set, then you cannot really interact with that layer because the main container has pointer events none. I hope that this makes sense. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'm going to also have a remix link for this project in the description, so you can remix it and see this structure, and you can maybe copy things or elements over to your project if that helps. And yeah, I think that's it. Make sure to check out Framer University for other cool resources and remixes and tutorials. Like this video, subscribe for more, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.